The northern hemisphere turns its face back to the sun. Yeah! This morning we come from the opening petals of spring, the budding of trees, the lengthening of days. We come from the cyclone of current events and from heartbreaks closer to home. We come from the details of our lives and our shared reality to make meaning together. Come, let us worship. I'm the Reverend Rachael Hayes, minister of this congregation. I use she, her pronouns. I am so glad that you are here today. I invite you to say our congregation's chalice lighting words with me. We light this flame to invite a world of peace, where we heal the wounds, where we share what we have with one another, where justice is another word for relationship, and we listen for what love has to say. I invite you to rise in body, spirit, heart, and voice, any of which are acceptable, to sing our opening hymn, When the Spirit Says Do, on the screen and number 1024 in the teal hymnal.
You gotta do what the Spirit
Okay, don't get too comfortable now. Happy spring! So to celebrate the beginning of spring, this time when day and night are in balance for a little while, we are going to do a dance about balance that is hundreds of years old, and you may have heard of it. It's called the Hokey Pokey. Yeah. So I'd like to invite any kids up front who want to dance the Hokey Pokey up front with me, because I missed you all while you were downstairs doing owl and coming of age and drawing differences, and preschool, we miss you a lot all the time. But everybody is invited to dance the Hokey Pokey. Yeah, come on up. And I know we like to stand in that circle along the outer aisles. So everyone who wants to stand and do the Hokey Pokey standing is welcome to move into the outer aisles. And you're also welcome to Hokey Pokey in your chairs, adapting the movements in any way that feels good to you without poking your neighbor, right? Yeah. Okay. Woo! Okay, that's going to be fun. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. Let's sort this out. Okay. Let's deal with that later. All right. Do you want a mic or do you want me to lead it?
I'll take it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Kyle,
Yeah.
okay, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Are we all ready? All right, let's do it. I'll give you a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3.
Put your right arm in, put your right arm out, put your right arm in, and shake it all around. You do the Hokey Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left arm in, you put your left arm out, put your left arm in, and shake it all around. You do the Hokey Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
You put your whole self in, you take your whole self out, you put your whole self in, and you shake it all about. You do the Hokey Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
So I spilled. I spilled my papers, so I'm winging this. But our religious education classes are going to go downstairs with Laurel, and the theme of the day is everybody coming back together after OWL and drawing differences and coming of age. We're going back to regular classes and getting back into those familiar groups. So we are going to sing Wake Now My Senses, which is number 298 in the hymnal and on the screen. Oh, thank you.
I got up to 7.
Thank you. We'll deal with that. Of you have experienced or witnessed something terrible in the last week. The shattering of our democracy and all of the wanton cruelty that decorates it like so much ribbon. The end of the fragile ceasefire in Gaza with fresh images of heartbreak. Or something closer to home in your life or the life of someone you love, grief, suffering, death. Feels like everything is coming all at once, and it's more than any of us can hold. And how many of you have experienced something beautiful or joyful in the last week? A moment of connection, singing in community, the fresh perspective of a child, the sun's delicious spring aspect, blue sky, crocuses, buds on the forsythia, holding the hope of yellow blossoms to come. The resonant purring of a cat. This, too, is part of the everything that is our moment. I won't ask you to raise your hands now, but reflect to yourself. Have you stopped taking it in? Have you shut out the news? Or have you become so pickled in the terribleness that the good doesn't get through? Wake now our senses to all of it. Here we are, just past the vernal equinox, and I am trying so hard to stay plugged in to the delights of spring arriving day by day. The first turtle on a log, frog songs, the return of red-winged blackbirds, and not all of the human things are bad. A conversation with a loved one, anticipation of a friend's visit, fiction, music, cartoons, memes, brightly colored clothing. The communities of my life that bring me joy, self-expression, and connection. This moment of equinox comes to us twice a year and calls us back to balance. There's a classic bumper sticker that offers the wisdom, what if the Hokey Pokey really is what it's all about? The Hokey Pokey goes back at least 200 years, really, to a social dance from the British Isles in which one does put their right arm in and out and shake it about. And it's in the same genre as other dance classics, such as Hinkum Booby and Looby Loo. You know, the big hits. It's known in the UK and some other places as the Hokey Pokey. Many people have claimed original authorship, but all claims are effectively predated. This one truly belongs to the oral tradition. You may have noticed that as we danced together, we clapped at different times. We did it all a little differently because we learned different ways. We learned through practice. I learned the Hokey Pokey as a child, most notably at roller rinks in the late 80s and early 90s. Not only were my peers and I not elegant on our rented quad skates, we weren't always nailing the right and left. We're talking about elementary school. The US State Department offers the Hokey Pokey as a resource for English language learners, practicing right and left and parts of the body. Song is an effective way to teach language and transmit culture, after all. Throughout this spring, I have had the line floating through my head, you put your whole self in. I hear it in my head as I step in with an uppercut in boxing class, reminding me to step in rather than lean forward out of balance, out of my center. I hear you put your whole self in as I check my posture while walking or brushing my teeth, noticing whether I'm centered or leaning. And I can hear it when I'm trying to figure out what to do other times. When things are awful and hard, when it would be easier to shut down, tune out, go numb. What is it like to show up with my whole self and then intentionally take a break when I need it and come back again? To put my whole self in, take my whole self out, put my whole self in again. Did you know that the Hokey Pokey, in addition to being a unifying social dance And a tool for English language learners could be a map for resisting burnout. I'm joking, but I'm not. I don't think the song was actually written as an allegory or anything deep at all, but I do think the song plays with balanced movement. These are times for great integrity, as we hold the balance between the things that are legitimately awful and the wonder that still meets us on a daily basis. My favorite Unitarian Universalist rock band, Parker Woodland, puts it this way: the world's on fire and we still fall in love. The world's on fire and we're not giving up. We hold that balance. A lot of us feel more than one way at a time, full of sadness and fear and joy and wonder, hurt, confusion, overwhelm. If nothing else, I want to say, let it be everything, and let it be whole. All of that good stuff, let it be your inspiration for facing the hard days. Bring it with you. Stay whole. And when it's too much and you need to take a break, don't deny the heartbreak. Take your break, but bring the heartbreak with you. Feel the feelings that are too much. Pause. Find that center again and really feel them. When we deny them, they stick with us. But when we feel them, we can integrate the information in them. We can move through them. And there's another thing about the Hokey Pokey that seems important to remember. The Hokey Pokey is a social dance. Most of us have probably never done the Hokey Pokey alone. I mean, I hope, but this is a dance we do in community. Life is more than any of us can hold alone. But together, we can hold each other. We can help one another through these days. We can share our good news, witness each other's pain, and build the cultures of care that will sustain us in hard times. We can remember that relationship, that love, amplifies our power to build a better world together. So I've never actually done the Hokey Pokey at a protest, but I have done the electric slide. And the joy that we found in dancing together in that moment energized us to stay and build community together. Community that inspired others to join in. Community that helped those who kicked us off feel that they were not alone in the struggle. We are built for community. And the hardest parts are less bad when they're not danced solo. Things are terrible, but also in some ways not. Being our whole complicated selves is the best way through things that are hard. We have to take breaks when we need them and then rejoin the struggle. And we dance this dance together. Maybe the Hokey Pokey is what it's all about. join me in the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. So we are about to sing our closing song. You are welcome to stay right where you are, to know that you are held in the love of our congregation, or you're welcome to rise and move into a circle along the outer aisle. Put your hands over your heart. Hold the hands of someone next to you as we sing our closing song. You are whole. You are loved. Go in peace.